Hey everyone. Now there's a quote by Ralph Waldo Emerson that's been rattling around in my head lately. He said, "Finish each day and be done with it. You've done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow's a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense." The kind of quote you'd expect to see in an elegant font on a mug in a gift shop. But the older I get, the more I think Emerson wasn't aiming for fridge magnet philosophy. He was trying to save us from ourselves. Because let's be honest, finishing each day and being done with it sounds easy, but for the most of us, it's about as likely as leaving school on time without your phone buzzing the second you hit the car park. We don't finish our days. We drag them around with us like overpacked school bags. All the small stuff, the tough conversations that didn't land right, the meeting that went off the rails, the email that you fired off too fast, the one thing you forgot to do that's now growing into an epic saga in your head. Leaders are experts at carrying old nonsense. We replay these moments, analyse the tone, mentally edit conversations. It's like the highlight reel of our mistakes, getting top billing every night right before we try to go to sleep. And that's why Emerson's words are such a good reminder. Finish each day and be done with it. That's leadership gold right there. If only we could actually do it. Now, don't get me wrong, reflection is essential. The ability to step back and learn from what's happened, that's how you grow. But there's a fine line between reflection and rumination. Reflection helps you move forward, rumination just glues your feet to the floor. And yep, I've lived on both sides of that line. When I was a principal, I used to bring the day home with me every single night. I'd try to relax, maybe even pour myself something cold, but my brain would still be holding staff room debriefs. Eventually I realised that finishing the day wasn't about completing the work, it was about choosing to stop carrying it. So here's what I started doing, and it sounds simple, but it actually helped. At the end of the day, I'd pause at the school gate, take one slow breath and literally say to myself, that's enough for today. Sometimes I'd even imagine putting the day in a box, sealing the lid and leaving it there overnight. Of course, there were nights when I'd open that box again 5 minutes later, but it's the intention that matters. But I guess what I learned was leadership isn't about perfection, it's about recovery. It's about learning to forgive yourself for the small blunders and absurdities, because they'll creep in, and then just start fresh tomorrow. And that word Emerson uses, serenely. I love that. You shall begin it serenely. Imagine if we all started our days with a bit of serenity instead of chaos. Instead of waking up already behind, what if we gave ourselves permission to reset? Maybe that means walking into school tomorrow with a calm mindset and a half-decent coffee. Maybe it means not apologising for taking a break. Maybe it just means looking at the chaos and deciding not to let it take the wheel. I guess what I'm saying is that you can't lead well if you're dragging yesterday behind you. You can't be fully present for your people when your mind is still in yesterday's meeting. So, as you close up today, wherever you are in the world, whether you're in your office or on the couch or halfway home in the car listening to this, do yourself a favour. Finish the day. Be done with it. You did what you could. Some blunders and absurdities crept in. That's part of the job. Tomorrow's waiting, and it deserves a version of you that's ready to lead, not the one that's still arguing with yesterday.